back on the machine of rookie driver Jeff Gordon. Already the right side tires on. We've already seen an 18.2-second stop by the Valvoline car, Mark Martin. Another great stop, 20.8. Not a bad stop for a brand new crew.
The 15 car of Bodine is in, and Kyle Petty rolls back out. Just ahead of Jeff is Alan Kulwicki on pit road.
Bodine stayed out there to lead a lap. Dale Jarrett is the leader right now. He has stayed out there to lead a lap as well. We're looking at the time of Bud Moore and the crew now. The average age that Jerry Punch talked about might be a little bit up on this team because you got one guy, Harold Scott, about 50 years old, but he's one of the best in the business. 21 seconds.
A little slower than Earnhardt and Mark Martin, but not bad at all. Here is Dale Jarrett on pit road. And by the way, Jeff Bodine's leading of this race means that he's now the only driver to lead every race in the 1993 season. Dale Jarrett is in.
Well, a young driver who's been battling pneumonia all week. Early in the week, the question mark was whether he'd be here or not. Of course, you don't tell a race driver anything about not coming to a racetrack. He's taking medication, and he's here in the race car, as he was yesterday. Already the right side tires are on the Interstate Battery Chevrolet. They make a chassis adjustment, trying to loosen the car up. The car was very tight and pushing just a little bit. Now, left side tires on the car, and the Interstate crew at 23.3 seconds. They're down and away.
Coming out just ahead of Dale is Sterling Marlin in number 8. Terry Labonte is on pit road in the Kellogg's Cornflakes Lumina. As the crew changes tires on the right side, now comes to the left side.
I believe he had just taken over the lead, Terry Labonte, before he came in. A lot of different drivers are going to pick up 5 bonus points by staying out there. In fact, Darrell Waltrip is staying out there now. 21.2 for Terry Labonte in the Kellogg Chevrolet. Darrell Waltrip, I believe, will be the leader now. Of course, Darrell is the gas mileage king. Of course, gas mileage is not the key here right now. They can still go. Darrell Waltrip, I guarantee you, can go another 7 or 8 laps as far as gas is concerned.
But his tires are just worn out. Rick Wilson has stopped, and we see him pull on the inside and try to pass Darrell Waltrip, and will pass him going in turn 3 with ease because his tires are less worn than Darrell's.
Now, Darrell Waltrip will be pitting on the backstretch.
And there's a spin. Darrell Waltrip may get a break. I don't know if they're going to throw the caution or not. There was a spin down in turn 1.
Just like last week at Texas World Speedway that we televised for you. The spinner, by the way, was Bobby Labonte in car number 22 when Waltrip stretched his first pit stop to the point where he got a caution and put everybody a lap down. However, we will see no caution on the spin by Labonte.
And boy, these cars that are going by Darrell Waltrip right now are happy to do so because that puts them back in the lead lap. They were a lap down as a result of their pit stops. Now they don't care if a caution comes out. Those particular cars, Morgan Shepherd goes by and the sit go forward. But Darrell is going to, as a result of staying out there, he's going to be way behind once he makes his pit stop. As you can see how fast the others are who have been in the pits and got fresh tires.
Watch these guys. They're going by the race leader like he is on 7-cylinder.
Yep, he's coming in.
There he goes in the back pits.
Darrell Waltrip off the banking, headed for his pit on the backstretch. John Kernan, you out there?
Yeah, Bob, you know, we said it was a disadvantage to pit on the backstretch. That's only under caution. Under green, that's what these guys want to see, a green flag race the rest of the way. They figure they can do quick work back here in the pits and beat everyone else. Darrell will pull the Western Auto Chevrolet in. Barry Dodson sticks the jack in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They don't have one of those new kinds of jacks. They're going around on the right side. Darrell making a play. Billy Hodges will take a round of wedge out of the right rear. Darrell making a chassis adjustment. Once again, you see 5, 6 pumps on the jack handle from Barry Dodson to get the car up off the ground. Left side's going on. Darrell sitting on pit road, waiting. Left rear is good. 23.1. A slow pit stop for Darrell Waltrip.
In relative terms.
In relative terms. That was a world beater a couple of years ago. But right now, the benchmark is around 18 seconds.
Hey, when I was driving race cars, that was a good pit stop for 2 tire changes.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because of the driver, though.
No, that's right.
Well, Earnhardt, now that the pit stops have been completed, resumes command of the Transouth Financial 500. Mark Martin is in 2nd position, Jeff Gordon 3rd, Jeff Bodine 4th, and Ernie Irvin being shown in 5th position. 62 laps, 63 laps have been completed. Back with more after this. Spinny?
Not the first one, the second one you saw.
Well, the overhead shots again being provided by the Family Channel blimp. Measures 132 feet in length, has a capacity to accommodate up to 4 passengers along with the pilot. And the pilot today is Alan Burrows. And Alan, you're doing a great job up there, and you're providing some great pictures for us overhead Darlington Raceway. There's a leader, Dale Earnhardt.
Now remember, Mark Martin had taken the lead before the round of pit stops from Dale Earnhardt. Earnhardt stopped, 3 or 4 laps before Martin did. They both made very good pit stops, almost equal, but as a result, Earnhardt coming in quicker, getting those fresh tires. He picked up several seconds out on the racetrack, but now Martin is closing that back down.
I mean, folks, 1 lap that a slow car stays on the racetrack, he's going to lose, 2.5 seconds to the faster car with fresh tires. So 3 laps, we're talking about 8 seconds, 7.5 seconds. It's imperative. Once these leaders pit and they get 4 fresh tires, you better come in. Sure, a caution flag might come out and you get killed and lose a lap, but you just can't afford to take that chance.
Jerry, Dale Earnhardt looks very strong here in the early going.
Bobby has been very, very strong. Imagine the fact that the car was not handling to his liking in the first few laps. Since the pit stop, the car is handling much, much better. Earnhardt said the car was very tight. They made a chassis adjustment during the pit stop. Now, you didn't see it on television because you couldn't see what they did. What they actually did was adjust the air pressure in the radial tires. It's something you couldn't see, but Earnhardt says now the car is driving so much better than it was before.
Earnhardt putting a lap on Michael Waltrip in car number 30, who is running in 20th position. 19 cars are on the lead lap.
Now Mark Martin pulls up behind Michael Waltrip, the Pennzoil Pontiac, trying to get by so he can stay close to Dale Earnhardt. Once again, he just can't come off that second corner on the bottom of the racetrack. He follows Michael down the back straightaway. As we go in turn 3, I guess he will try to get under him as Dale Earnhardt did the last lap. Michael goes up. Mark couldn't do it. Here he comes off turn 4. I think Michael moved up the racetrack a little bit, gave him some room.
Dale Earnhardt has won 7 times on this racetrack. 4 Transouth Financial 500s and 3 Southern 500s. There is Mark Martin, who has not won here. Here is a look at the interval among the top 5 cars. Martin is 1,700 seconds of a second behind. Jeff Gordon is a little over 6.5. Jeff Bodine is 8 seconds behind the leader Earnhardt, and Kyle Petty, who is running 5th, is 15.8 seconds behind. Here are Davey Allison and Morgan Shepherd, and 13th and 14th position.
And both these guys winner this year. Both the cars have won, but they're certainly having their problems today, Ned.
Yeah, they aren't handling too good. Not as good as they'd like to. Morgan now tries to make a move on the inside of Davey Allison. Davey's car just doesn't really seem to be getting through the turns. Certainly not the way he would like for it to.
You see Alan Kowicki, the Hooters Ford, is pulled up, and look how Morgan Shepherd just put 4 or 5 car lengths on Davey in no time, and Alan Kowicki goes by with ease.
Now these cars, gentlemen, are only about a straightaway ahead of Dale Earnhardt and Mark Martin, so they got to hustle to stay in the lead lap. And their crews are telling them that. They know where they stand.
And as we go back, we see that red car that's going by right there, the Budweiser Ford. That's Bill Elliott, the winner of this race last year. And Jeffrey's going to lap down. And here's Martin one more time trying to get by Earnhardt.
He's on the inside, won't take it away at the moment. Now let's see if he's able to between turns 1 and 2. Yes, he passes Earnhardt. How about that?
Well, those fresher tires made him get that bike down on the inside now that he couldn't get a little bit earlier. He has an awfully fast race car, and so he makes the pass and back to the front.
Mark Martin has reassumed command of the Transouth Financial 500.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, Earnhardt is back to second. Everything's kind of settled down here. We have completed 75 laps, no cautions. Let's hope that we can run this entire race without a caution. The Transouth 500, it's never been done. We'll be right back.